Korea next. Enjoy the first 45, everyone. We'll see you at the half.
Oh, but when they're not here, players like Diego Luna step up and do something. Luna's on this bench that are world-class players playing for PSG.
Given away to Berhalter, who strikes from distance. Joe able to make the save. Yes, we saw Lee Kang-in playing for PSG at the Club World Cup on TNT. Taisong's ball in, and Freeze will make the save. Strong header in from the substitute. Just getting caught there as it's brought forward by Lee and played through for Son. Matt Freeze does well.
But the referee didn't keep his whistle out of his mouth.
Goes down by Adams. Son trying to get a shooting opportunity there, but Adams will battle away to win it back. Freeman draws it across goal. Pulisic couldn't direct the header towards goal. Well, Dan got a touch, but it's through towards his last goal due to injury. Tristan Blackman comes across to head it out of play on his United States debut.
It is wonderful gift. Using composure and mentorship and direction.
Reams ball forward as East now tries to find Sargent. Back it comes to Dest. Serginho Dest back. Can he get him round the back here, Josh Sargent? The challenge coming in, and Ware couldn't get on the end of it. And hooked up towards halfway as Adams comes in with the challenge on Lee Dong-yong.
Just the World Cup, I'm just going to be sad because they're great players.
Son with a little ball inside here as it's brought forward towards the back line. Heading towards the edge of the box for Tae-seok. Son Min drives it in. And now Tim Weah looking to bring it clear. Played through towards Pike, who plays for Birmingham City in the Championship. Now brought down by Lee. Lee Dong-yong with the strike. And Matt Freeze able to make the save. Challenge coming in, but comes towards Josh Sargent.
To find that ball between the lines, there's so many numbers in there.
Pulisic gets away from the first challenge, couldn't find Son. One goal in his 10 previous caps for Arston. Luna's ball down the left side, comes towards Weah, and that took a deflection on the way through. Step down after finishing bottom at the World Cup. This Son in round the back is a chance for Son! He is not going to miss from there! The man who scored so many big goals for Mauricio Pochettino at Tottenham scores against his former boss for South Korea. And in the 18th minute, it's Son with the finish, and the US trailing 1-0.
And just this run right here is
targets. This ball in from Pulisic and headed away. Second header from
interchange.
Headed away at the back by Kim Min-jae. Brought down by Ornament. 3 goals, 2 assists. Here's Josh Sargent chasing forward, but Kim Min-jae defended it well.
Critical that they get Dest back to his full form, back to his confidence. I mean, listen, I don't get hung up on the centrally. It takes a little bit of a heavy touch, but Lee's cheating forward, and it had to be first time.
And the shot goes wide from Lee Tae-seok, who plays in Austria.
Not have any entrance this year.
Adams gets caught there, and it's an opportunity here for South Korea as the ball's pushed through there by Lee Dong. Here he is again, laying the ball off for Pulisic. Christian Pulisic in towards Tim Weah. The flag's gone up. Joe made a good save anyway, but the flag was up early as it was played through towards Tim Weah. Tim Ream trying to get back, and in the end did enough. Thailand nest up against Lee. Back for Berhalter. The cross is just too far in front of Josh Sargent. And now it's a chance for Son to try and get in round the back of Blackman. By Tae-seok in towards Son. Son against Dest. Goes towards the byline and can't find anyone in the middle. Son with the only goal so far. Pulisic linking up with Luna, and then that touch just taking the ball away. Too close to Kim Min-jae. And here comes South Korea once again. Is that a foul? Berhalter penalised for the challenge on Son.
A little quicker. Interesting.
Dest does well towards the byline. Dest pulling it back. Weah can't get there. He might still. And still Tim Weah. It fell a couple of times for Tim Weah, but then the shot goes wide.
just not as aggressive.
We'll pull forward here in towards the edge of the box as it's cushioned down for Son. Will Holton played forward by Kim Jong-yu. Son on the edge of the box. Good link-up play. It's a chance for Son. He goes down, and the back heel flick goes in from Lee Dong-yong. Son involved once again, and the lead doubled for South Korea. Wasn't much on for Luna there. Lovely ball through here towards Christian Pulisic. He wanted a corner, I think, or a free kick.
Well, no, he wants a foul. But this is exactly what I mean. Just watch on the replay. This is a foul, but it is done so subtly, and it has happened all over the field.
And the whistle goes to bring an end to this first half at Sports Illustrated Stadium here in Harrison, New Jersey. In Nashville on Tuesday against Mexico. And they're off to a good start in this international. South Korea. Good ball in from Son, headed away by Josh Sargent all the way towards the halfway line. Picturing shot stopper has not faced much today. And here comes Son. Matt Freese racing clear to get there just ahead of Son. Pulisic towards the byline. Can he get across into the middle? Luna chasing, but it's hooked away there by Kim Jong-un. Arston finds Luna. Luna towards Sargent. Dest up against Lee Tae-sok, and Dest still going. The flag goes up. Dest wanted a free corner. The right foot out swinging towards the 6-yard box, headed firmly away there by Kim Joo-sung. 6 cap for the defender on the left side of the 3 at the back. Pulisic goes down with the challenge of Lee. Delivery this time, headed away at the front post. Back into the path of Pulisic. Weah in space down the left side. Up against Sol Yong-soo. Weah cutting inside and goes for goal. Finds almost the upper on the right side. Tries to clip that cross in, and Richards just couldn't quite get there. Joe was scrambling to get across to the far side. The keeper whipped into the front post. Son is the one to clear it away. Balogun will be coming on.
He hasn't said it directly, I think. He's not.
Leaves the game. On comes Jens Kastrup. Gallagher down the right side. Pull back for Luna. Freeman draws it across goal. Pulisic couldn't down it, headed towards goal. Well, Dan got a touch, but it's through. Carried forward here by Christian Pulisic. In towards Zendejas. He's just come off the bench. Can he make something happen? Into trouble. Has he got the free kick there? He has.
Great feed there from such consistent players. This is a really good chance.
Holton's ball into Richards. We were just talking about Chris Richards and his impacts, and he almost had one there at the other end. 3 goals in his right side. Freeman cutting in. He opens up for Zendejas, who drives it in, and that's got his corner. This time Berhalter goes short. Pulisic swinging it into the box. 2 seasons ago for Stoke. This is Pulisic in towards Balogun. Back for Pulisic, who goes down. Free kick coming here, just outside the penalty area.
Balogun excellent at making it seem like he's going to make those diagonal runs.
It is Christian Pulisic. Ream with the ball forward here towards Balogun.
Probably last time too.
Now it drops in the box. Pulisic couldn't find a way through. It's McGlynn. And a free kick coming here for South Korea, and a yellow card will be shown towards Zendejas. Space to the right side as Zendejas purposely moves forward and puts that one in towards the back post. It's behind here. Arston couldn't get there as it's cleared away for a corner. And Pulisic is now down, remaining. Kastrup gets it further clear as South Korea were able to on the right side. Tried to clip that cross in, and Richards just couldn't quite get there. Joe was scrambling to get across to the far side. The keeper comes across here for Richards. McGlynn brings it down and gives away the free kick there. He just caught Oh Young-ju. sides, it gets towards the byline. Heading away by Freeman. And then Freeze will make the save. Strong header in from the substitute. Third corner of the game. Richards will flick it away. 39th World Cup qualifying in June. In. On the far side there by John. South Korea. Jens Kastrup was the player furthest forward, but he wasn't fouled. Marston forward. Balogun. And Balogun does really well. Slides along the byline. He goes down in the challenge. The referee waves off appeals for a penalty. Brett Radix, the 35-year-old referee from Grenada, not interested.
You can hear from the
Most fans think World Cup groups are created by luck. A giant bowl, a few footballs, someone pulls out a team name, done. But that's not how it works. In reality, FIFA spends months building a system designed to keep the tournament balanced, competitive, and just a little bit chaotic. And for the 2026 World Cup, with a record 48 teams, the process is more complicated than ever. So how exactly does FIFA decide who goes where? And could your favorite team end up with an easy group or a nightmare one? Let's break it down. First, let's start with the biggest change. The 2026 World Cup will have 48 teams instead of 32. That means more countries, more matches, and a much bigger draw. Sounds simple. It isn't, because FIFA can't just throw 48 teams into groups randomly. If they did, one group could end up stacked with football giants, while another might contain mostly lower-ranked teams. That would be a disaster, so FIFA uses something called seeding. Think of seeding as football's version of sorting players before a video game tournament. The strongest teams are separated so they don't all crash into each other immediately. In theory, every group should end up reasonably balanced. In practice, fans still find reasons to complain. Now here's where it gets interesting. Before the draw takes place, FIFA ranks all qualified teams using the FIFA World Ranking. The higher your ranking, the better your position going into the draw. The best ranked teams are placed into Pot 1. The next group goes into Pot 2, then Pot 3, then Pot 4, and so on. For 2026, there will be more pots than ever because there are more teams than ever. This sounds simple, but rankings suddenly become incredibly important. A team ranked just a few spots higher could land in a much easier position during the draw. A small difference on paper can create a huge difference in reality. Now let's talk about the hosts. The United States, Canada, and Mexico automatically qualify because they are hosting the tournament. And hosts receive special treatment, not the secret conspiracy type, the official FIFA type. Host nations are usually placed into predetermined positions before the draw begins. That helps FIFA organize schedules, venues, travel, and opening matches. So before a single ball is pulled from a pot, some positions are already locked in. Now we reach the actual draw. This is the part everyone watches. Officials pull teams from pots one at a time and place them into groups. Looks random, feels random, but there are rules everywhere. For example, FIFA tries to avoid placing too many teams from the same confederation into one group. A confederation is basically a continental football organization. Europe has UEFA, South America has CONMEBOL, Africa has CAF. You know the type. Without these restrictions, you could end up with groups that feel more like continental championships than a World Cup. So FIFA limits certain combinations. That means sometimes a team is drawn but can't go into a particular group. Instead, it gets moved to the next available spot that follows the rules. And this is where viewers often get confused. The draw looks random, but it isn't completely random. It's controlled randomness, like shuffling a deck of cards after removing half the cards first. Now let's imagine two teams. One is ranked very highly, the other barely qualified. The higher-ranked team enters a stronger seeding pot. That alone can dramatically change its path through the tournament. Same World Cup, same draw, completely different starting point. That's why national teams care so much about rankings before the tournament even begins. Those rankings don't just affect pride, they can affect survival. And here's the funny part. Even after all the planning, all the rankings, all the seeding pots, and all the restrictions, fans still argue about whether a group is easy or impossible. Every single World Cup, without fail, one group becomes the group of death. Another becomes the group everyone wishes their team had joined. And suddenly millions of people become experts in tournament mathematics. So when you watch the 2026 World Cup draw, remember this. You're not watching random names come out of bowls. You're watching a carefully designed system built from rankings, seedings, continental restrictions, host placements, and tournament planning. The goal is simple. Create fair groups, create competitive matches, and create a tournament that feels unpredictable without being unfair. Because the World Cup isn't just about who wins on the pitch. It's also about the path teams take to get there. And with 48 teams entering the biggest World Cup ever, that path might matter more than ever. So the next time someone says the draw is completely random, you'll know the truth. And if you enjoy simple football explanations like this, make sure to subscribe because football gets